Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a necklace today, and I'm going to use some of the beads that I have gotten from some of the shipments from the Adornable Elements Rotating Beads of the Month Club. Normally I say that I'm going to put a link in the corner of this video and in the description box below to the unboxing video I did for the latest shipment that I got, but I'm going to be using beads from other shipments that I have gotten in the past other than the latest one, so I probably won't do that. I do have a playlist of unboxings if you'd like to check it out that I have done for the Adornable Elements Beads of the Month clubs. They have 6 different clubs that you can choose from. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa10, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, along with a link to the page to sign up for the subscription if you're interested. The coupon will save you 10% off the first month of whatever club or clubs you decide to sign up for. And if you sign up for the Rotating Beads of the Month Club, which is the one that I get, you'll get the same collection. They'll put you on the same rotation that I'm on, and you'll get the same collection of beads that I do every month. These are some fire polish beads I got in my latest shipment. They're 4mm, and the color is Rose Metallic Ice, and they're just so pretty I can't hardly stand it. And these are some dagger beads that I got in the November 2023 Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month Club. The color on these are Etched Jet Hematite, and they're 3x11mm. And here from my stash, I've got some 3mm fire polish beads, and I didn't have these labeled, so I don't know exactly the color. They're just like a matte black. They're worth some 3mm fire polish beads in the latest club, and they were a purple color, and I wanted something that would match with my daggers here, so that's why I got these out of my stash instead of using the ones that were in the latest shipment that I got. I've got some of this really pretty chain that came in the Findings companion pack that I got in April. I just love their Findings companion packs. I've just fallen in love with them, and I love this chain. It's called 3.8mm twisted rope chain, and I'm going to put that, I've got a couple of pieces of that in there. I'm going to put on the back of the necklace. From my stash, I've got a lobster clasp, 3 6mm jump rings, 1 8mm jump ring, a little piece of extender chain. I've got 2 wire guardians, and I've got a ball head pin and one of the little 4mm beads that I'm going to hang off the extender chain as a dangle. I'm going to be using my size 11 Miyuki galvanized silver seed beads. I have a couple of 8/0 galvanized silver seed beads in there too that I'm going to use when I attach my wire guardian to the beaded portion of my necklace. I'm going to be using my 8-pound fire line and smoke. I've got a size 11 beading needle. I'll be using my cutters to cut my fire line and my thread burner to burn down the ends when I cut it off. I'll be using my chain nose pliers, my tweezer pliers, my round nose pliers, both pairs of my bent chain nose pliers, the crimping pliers that I use to tuck in wires when I tuck in the burr when I cut off wires, the scissors that I use to cut craft wire and head pins and eye pins, my flat nose pliers, and I have my little New Orleans shot glass to put my wire in when I cut it off. Most all of those tools I'll just be using when I make the dangle to go on the extender chain. I think that's everything. I'll put links to everything I can find links for in the description box below. Everything that didn't come in the various boxes that I'm using. So hold on, let me get some of this out of the way and I'll be back. Okay, I've got my beads out here now, and I've got my needle threaded, and I have a stop bead on here, and I'm leaving about a 12-inch tail to come back later and sew my wire guardian on with. I probably could do it with an 8 or 10-inch tail, but usually when I do that I end up struggling and I don't have enough thread, so just to be safe I'm using a 12-inch tail, leaving a 12-inch tail. This is going to be a really easy right angle weave pattern. It's just that not all my little right angle weave boxes are going to be exactly the same. So my first one for the top of my box is going to be a 3mm bead. Zoom in a little bit here. The side of my box is going to be an 11/0, a 4mm, and an 11/0. For this first unit, the bottom of my box is going to be 3 of my dagger beads. And the other side of my box is going to be an 11/0 of 4mm and an 11/0. The top and the sides of my box are always going to be the same. The top is always going to be a 3mm, and the sides are always going to be an 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0. But the bottom is going to change sometimes. So I'm going to go around all this again. And when you go through these little dagger beads, you need to just pay attention and make sure you get through all the holes. It's really easy to miss one of them and get your thread all tangled and caught up and mess up the look of your pattern. I'm going to go up this side over here next to my stop bead. I go across my top, my 3mm, and then I'm going to come down this side here so I can make my next right angle weave unit. So my 11/0 with the fire polish bead and my 11/0. Now for this next unit, I'm at the bottom here, so I need to pick up whatever my next bottom bead is going to be. And for this next unit, my bottom bead is going to be a 4mm. And then my side's going to be an 11/0, a 4mm, and an 11/0. And then my top is going to be a 3mm. So I'm coming out the bottom of that 11/0 there. I'm going to go in the top of this 11/0, go down the fire polish bead and the 11/0. So that's my next unit. So now I'm going to go around all that again. And the reason I'm putting the 3mm at the top is so that my necklace will curve since it's smaller. And I need to get over here to this side so I can make my next right angle weave unit. I'm going to go across the bottom here. I ended up going into that 11/0 too, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go up the 4mm and the 11/0. Now I'm going to make another unit just like the one I just made. So I'm at the top, so I need to pick up my top bead, which is a 3mm, my side, which is an 11/0, 4mm, and an 11/0. And for this unit, my bottom is going to be a 4mm, just like the unit I just did. I'm coming out the top, I'm going to go into the bottom here, the 11/0, the 4mm, and the 11/0. I'm going to go around all that again. Into the 3mm, the 11/0, and the 4mm, and the 11/0. Across the bottom bead, which is the 4mm, up this side, the 11/0, 4mm, and the 11/0. I need to get over here to this side so I can do my next unit. So I'm going to go across this 3mm, the 11/0, 4mm, and the 11/0. Now this time I'm going to make a unit like I made that first one with the daggers. So I'm coming out the bottom here. I need to pick up whatever my bottom bead's going to be, or the bottom of my unit's going to be, and this time it's going to be 3 dagger beads. So I'll pick up 3 dagger beads. And now I need to pick up my side, which is an 11/0, 4mm, and an 11/0. And I need to pick up my top, which is a 3mm. I'm coming out of this 11/0 down here. I'm going to go in the 11/0 up here, and the 4mm and the 11/0. Now I'm going to go around all that again. Go through the 3 dagger beads. I said you got to be careful with these dagger beads. It's really easy to let your needle sneak out of there or to get caught around them. Go up the 11/0, 4mm, and the 11/0. Across the top, which is a 3mm. Down the 11/0, 4mm, and the 11/0. Across these 3 dagger beads. And come up this side so I can do my next unit. Now I'm going to do 2 more units like these with the fire polish beads at the bottom. So I'm coming out the top, so I need my top bead, which is a 3mm. My side bead, or my side of my box, which is an 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0. And in this case, the bottom of my box is going to be another 4mm bead. So I'm coming out the top here. I'm going to go in the bottom. Go up the 11/0, 4mm, and the 11/0. I'm going to go around all that again. 3mm, 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0. Across the bottom. Go up this side, the 11/0, 4mm, the 11/0. Come across the top. And then come down my side here where I can do my next unit. 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0. Now I'm going to do another unit just like that one. I'm coming out the bottom, so I need to pick up my bottom bead, which is in this case is going to be a 4mm. My side, which is an 11/0, 4mm, and an 11/0, and the top, which is a 3mm. Coming out the bottom, I'm going to go on the top, 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0. Now I'm going to go around all that again. Down this 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0. across the bottom, and up this side so I can do my next unit. So my 11/0, 4mm, and my 11/0. So now I'm going to do the unit with my daggers. So I'm coming out the top, so I need my top bead, which is my 3mm, my side, which is an 11/0, 4mm, and an 11/0. I need my bottom, which in this case is going to be 3 of my dagger beads. Now I'm coming out of the top there. I'm going to go on the bottom, the 11/0, the 4mm, and the 11/0. I'm going to go around all that again. 3mm, 11/0, 4mm, and 11/0. Across the dagger beads. Up the 11/0, 4mm, and the 11/0. Across the top. And down into this side so I can start my next unit. So the 11/0, 4mm, and the 11/0. Now I'm going to do, let me lay it down here, might be able to see it better. Now I'm going to do 2 more units with my fire polish beads at the bottom, and then I'm going to do another one with my dagger beads, and I'm just going to alternate like that until I get the length that I want. I think I'm going to do probably about 8 inches of this, and I've got my chain cut 4 inches on each side. I want to try to make this sort of like a collar length necklace. So I think I'm going to do about 8 inches of this, and when I get it done I'll come back and we'll put on one side of the wire guardian. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got the length that I want now. I've got right about 8 inches, and I made sure to end with one of my units with the dagger beads like I started with. So now I'm going to put one of my wire guardians on. I'm coming out of this fire polish bead here, just the fire polish bead, not the 11/0. And I've got my 8/0 and one of my wire guardians. And I'm going to pick up, I think 2 11/0s and my 8/0, my wire guardian. I'm going to go down the other channel of my wire guardian, back into my 8/0. Hold my finger over the wire guardian so the thread will land in the channel. I'm going to squish my little wire guardian in a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to pick up 2 more 11/0s. And I started coming out this side of the top of my fire polish bead there. I'm going to go in the bottom of it, just circle around it. That puts it on there like that. Now I'm going to go around all that again. I'm going to go up the 2 11/0s, the 8/0, back up one channel of my wire guardian, down the other channel of my wire guardian, back into my 8/0, hold my finger over the wire guardian so the thread will land in the channel. I'm going to go down these two 11/0s and back into my fire polish bead. So now I'm going to go all around all that again, and then I'm going to end off my thread, and then I'm going to go to the other side and take my stop bead off and put that wire guardian on just like I did this one. And when I get all that done, I'll come back and we'll put the findings on. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got both of my wire guardians on here now, so now I'm just going to put my findings on, finish it up. So I'm going to take my 6mm jump ring, and attach it to my chain. This chain is doubled, so I gotta make sure to get it through both of those little links there. Attach it to one side of my necklace. Close my jump ring back really well. Just gonna do that on this other side. Close my jump ring back really well. And then I'm going to go down here and take another 6mm jump ring. Open it up. Put my lobster clasp on. Put this end of my chain on. Close it back up really well. Now I have an 8mm jump ring that I'm going to use for my lobster to clasp onto. Put it on this side. I have a piece of extender chain here. It's about 2 inches long. Sure to close that up really well. So now I'm going to make my little dangle to go on my extender chain. So I'm going to take my ball head pin and my 4mm bead, take my pliers and go to the tip of the pliers, bend the wire over at a 90-degree angle, around those pliers and put them in the crook of the bend, around those pliers facing me, bend the wire back till it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Take this part under here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Kink the wire back until the loop is centered over the bead. Take my my bent chain nose pliers and hold on to my loop. Bring this wire down. I'm going to take my other pair of bent chain nose pliers and start to wrap. Make sure to get the first wrapping under the bottom of the loop and not over the top of the bottom of the loop. Just wrap till there's no more room to wrap. Now I'm going to take my cutters, cut off my extra wire, and I use these crimping pliers, the little half circles at each end, to tuck in the burr when I cut off the wire. Now I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and open the end of my extender chain here. And thread on my little dangle. Close my extender chain link back. So there's my little dangle and there's my necklace. Hold on, I'll get all this stuff put up and see if I can get it laid out here, and I'll be back. Okay, there's my necklace all done, made with some beads from a couple of different Adornable Elements Beads of the Month clubs and some of the chain from one of the Findings companion packs. I really do enjoy this subscription. The beads are always just so beautiful. They go so well together. They're just really high quality beads, and I really, really love the Findings and Crystals companion packs that they have. They're just a really great addition to the club. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the club, any of the clubs, and you decide you want to be, that coupon code will save you 10% off the first month of whatever club or clubs you decide to sign up for. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. I also sell gift cards and some extra beads and findings that I have. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.